Welcome to week 6 of this fantasy football season. I'm Dennis Farrell here for your fantasy selfie, hoping you maneuver through week 6. Hopefully you did not lose a running back in week 5. Rashard Jennings will be out several weeks. You lost Donald Brown. You had a couple young kids stepping up. The waiver wires are chocked full of people you should probably be picking up. But first, let me give you your week 6 matchups, help you make any waiver wire decisions or sit starts that you may have coming up in this week. Colts versus Houston. You have the New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills are the second best fantasy defense versus the run. Ridley, Vereen, I'm sitting them both, by the way. Carolina, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh at Cleveland, Green Bay, Miami, Detroit, Minnesota, Denver at the Jets. Congratulations if you have anybody on the Denver Broncos. I feel bad for you this week if you're playing against any Denver Broncos. Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Justin Hunter, wink. San Diego, Oakland. I'm a huge fan of anybody playing on San Diego. We'll get to who we're talking about here in the waiver wire pickups in a couple minutes. Washington at Arizona, Chicago at Atlanta. This could be a fantasy barn burner. Atlanta is the worst defense versus the run. Chicago, by the way, has the 7th worst defense against wide receivers. That bodes well for Roddy White, Julio Jones, and Matt Forte. Dallas, Seattle, despite what we think about Seattle, they are one of the worst defenses against the tight ends, giving up the 4th most points to the tight end position this season. And they are still the best against the running backs. DeMarco Murray has been told his touches will scale back. He's on pace to break the single season rushing attempt record. They're going to scale him back, and he's never been the most durable running back. Giants at Philadelphia. Here's where things get crazy in this matchup. Philly is the second worst at giving up points to the quarterback. Giants are the fourth worst at giving up points to the running back. Philly is the first worst at giving up points to the wide receiver, Odell Beckham Jr. Wink, by the way. And the Giants are the second best versus the tight end. I'm sitting Zach Ertz in that matchup. And San Francisco at St. Louis. All right, guys, here's some news and notes going into week 6 that you may want to consider. A.J. Green was carted off the field with another toe injury. I'm very worried about him. I'm not playing. He thinks he might have a shot. I think he'll be shut down for 2 weeks. Unfortunately, this news came less than 12 hours after I traded for him in one league. I'm biting the bullet on this one. And I also have Calvin in that same league. And I also have Jimmy Graham in that same league. So let's just say I'm going to be fighting for a playoff spot at best if these guys miss an extended period of time. Teddy Bridgewater says he's 100%. So if you need a quarterback this week, he's a guy that you might want to take a look at. Mark Ingram, he's been practicing this week. There's a small chance he plays. I might sit him just to see how he plays out. But he's available on a lot of waiver wires. And if he is, you may want to go pick him up. He's one of the running backs I'm keeping an eye on. Also, Knowshon Moreno has been practicing. There's a slight chance he plays. I'm more concerned at what the workload is going to be dealt it out to him and Lamar Miller. I feel like it could be less than 50-50, but you should still own Knowshon Moreno. And Calvin Johnson is dealing with a high ankle sprain. Normally, I tell you never sit a stud, but until Calvin Johnson puts out at least one big game, he is sitting on my bench. I'd rather have him on my bench putting up 0 points. I'd rather have him on my bench putting up a big point than in my lineup putting up 0 points. So be cautious with that because he might be putting up some zeros for a few weeks. Now, for your week 6 waiver wire ads. Brandon Oliver, who might not be available in most leagues, but if he is, you want to pick him up. And 19 touches for 114 yards, 4 receptions for 68 yards, and 2 total touchdowns. Andre Williams, he's going to be carrying over the New York Giants running back workload until week 8 or 9. Until Rashard Jennings comes back. He's a bona fide pickup, and he can be even a flex or RB3 for you if you need him. Ronnie Hillman, Monty Ball will be out for a few weeks. You want to go pick up Ronnie Hillman. Look, despite what we all know about Denver, there are this thing called garbage time points that they're good at putting up. Ronnie Hillman will get his touches. Anton Smith Atlanta has a very crowded backfield right now, but here's a guy who's found the end zone 4 of his last 5 games. He is a bona fide flex play for me. No Sean Moreno, as I mentioned earlier. Mark Ingram also. You have Mohamed Sanu with A.J. Green missing an extended period of time, 2 weeks, maybe 3. Mohamed Sanu is a guy that you want to go pick up. Definitely, he will start seeing the majority of the targets. Odell Beckham Jr. went off for 44 and 1 touchdown. He was a highly drafted rookie for the New York Giants and finally saw his first action of the season and did not pop up on the injury report in week 6. I'm buying him in all of my leagues. And finally, Justin Hunter, who went off and had 3 for 99 and 1 touchdown, and I only expect bigger and better things versus Jacksonville. He is a must start. Remember, guys, every Sunday I'm around answering questions on the Twitter. You can tweet me at Dennis77Farrell. You can see it right there. If you have Facebook and not Twitter and you want to add me as a friend, feel free to. That's how you spell my last name, Dennis, Farrell. Shoot me a friend request. I'll help you with your fantasy football team anytime. I'm on Pinterest and even thinking about rebooting MySpace to reach more of an audience. Just joking. That's not going to happen. Anyways, guys, thank you. Good luck in week 6. And remember, Hail Hydra.